I'm a firm believer that the most important and only absolutely necessary prop in a movement experiences is the human body. Some, myself included, consider music to be the second most important, but that's not to say that using additional props and equipment can't enhance the movement activities. Manipulating objects provides opportunities for children to move in new ways that require different levels of coordination. It also lets them become comfortable with grasping and working with objects, something that's especially important in this age of poor fine motor skills. And there's a third advantage to using props and equipment. Focusing on the object can help alleviate self-consciousness and encourage children who might not otherwise want to participate. Of course, the decision to include props and/or equipment is often a practical one. Are the materials available? If not, is there funding to purchase some or all of what's desired? Are parents willing to donate their time and expertise to help make some equipment? Is there space for storing equipment? Here we're going to look at two of the relatively small, inexpensive props commonly found in early childhood settings, balls and bean bags, and I'll offer activity recommendations for both. Ball handling skills comprise the majority of manipulative skills in which children will often engage, so if possible, you want to have a wide variety of them available to the children. Beach balls and balls made of foam or yarn are easier for young children to catch, thus eliminating the fear of being hit that often occurs with harder balls. Because small balls are easier to throw and large ones easier to catch and bounce, you'll want to provide different sizes. Children will usually select the equipment with which they can have the greatest success and will vary their choices according to need and developmental progression. Here are a few activities that vary from the norm when we think of ball handling skills. These will help children get familiar and comfortable with managing them. This introductory level activity requires one ball per child. Simply ask the children to move the ball all around the body using both hands, then the preferred hand alone, and then the non-preferred hand. How many ways can they accomplish this task? Challenge them to try it with balls of different sizes and textures. For over and under, the children stand in a single file line. The first child passes the ball overhead to the next child without looking back, and so on down the line. The last child then comes to the front. This is repeated until all the children have had a chance to be first. The next phase of the game is to have the children pass the ball under or between the legs. Finally, the children pass the ball by alternately passing it first over and then under. Ball rolling, like throwing, involves moving a ball away from the body with the hands, but rather than through the air, the ball travels along the ground. As with throwing, accuracy isn't the initial objective when children are learning to roll a ball. You can start simply by asking them to roll balls of various sizes toward a wall. When they feel comfortable with ball rolling, substitute smaller targets such as plastic bowling pins or empty soda bottles. Begin with large balls and gradually decrease their size. For a fun and challenging partner activity, invite pairs of children to attempt to move while holding a ball between them without using their hands. The ball can be balanced between the children's backs, tummies, hips, foreheads, or shoulders. Can they sit down and stand up without losing the ball? Beanbags are more fun today than ever before and offer a great variety of learning experiences. They come in different geometric shapes, in different colors, with the name of the color sometimes printed on the bag, and with letters, upper and lower case, and numbers, numeral and written word, printed on them in English, Spanish, and French. There are even beanbags with sign language on them. Children really enjoy and have a lot of success with throwing and catching bean bags, which are lightweight, flexible, and colorful. When used with target boards, boxes, hoops, or tires, bean bags provide an introduction to and practice with throwing for accuracy. These kinds of activities are also great for strengthening hand-eye coordination. Perhaps the most popular beanbag activity is balancing one on various body parts, from the simplest challenge of balancing the bag on the palm of the hand to the more difficult act of balancing it on an elbow, a knee, or the top of the head. Children love to test their skills this way. To begin, invite the children to see how many parts they can balance the beanbag on while remaining in one place. How many ways can they find to move the body part that's balancing the beanbag? Can they balance the beanbag on different body parts while executing various locomotor skills, such as walking, tiptoeing, or galloping? Beanbags can also be used to explore positional concepts, making it a math activity. How far away from the body can they get the beanbag? How near to the body without touching it? Ask the children to move the beanbag up and down, near and far, high and low, and front and back, while standing, kneeling, sitting, and lying. Beanbags are also perfect for introducing dribbling with the feet. Because they're less dynamic than a ball, the children will get far more dribbling practice if they're moving a beanbag along the floor. And this activity is great for foot-eye coordination. Thanks for joining me. To get a PDF with this script, these slides, and bonuses, go to apica.com and hover your mouse over Media at the top banner.